Music goes down, I come up. Hey. Music goes down, I come up. Hey. That's me echoing. Let's get rid of that. You only need me once. You'll need me twice. It's not once, twice, 3 times to Jesse. We don't need that. Good morning, Dark Jackal. Hello, Deebs. Hello, Pogson. Hello, King Dead. Hello, Penta. Damn, Rose. 2 whole people. Yeah, right. There is someone else watching on YouTube. Fancy that. More Jesse, always a bonus. Aw, thank you. I appreciate that. More you is always a bonus as well, King Dead. How are you all doing today? I gotta grab something is it behind me? No, it's not. Hang on, I gotta grab it. It's in the other room. I was gonna come sliding in, but I have carpets in this room, so I can't. We're at 5 Below. 5 Below is really getting me on their stuff. I saw this and it was like, this is cool, and my partner just immediately grabbed it and was like, yeah, we can get. Do you want this? And I was like, I mean, I'm not gonna be mad if we come home with it. I don't need it though, and she just grabbed it. So look at this freaking pillow. It's Seto Kaiba. And the back says Seto Kaiba. They had a Blue Eyes White Dragon one as well, but like the top was cut off and it was just white. And they only had that one, so we went with a Seto instead of Blue Eyes.
Yugi boy.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's just a little pillow. We have too many throw pillows. It's a thing that we've, Halloweens, we've been like, oh, but this one has skulls. Ooh, this one says spooky. And then we have too many pillows on the couch. And we're just like, no more pillows. And then we saw that one and was like, she got it. And I was like, I'm not going to stop you. I know this is for me. So, it's good stuff. It's a great partner who understands where the line is between this would be neat to have and I need this, but I don't actually want to say I need it. Yeah. It's true. She's a very good partner. My favorite person in the whole doggone world, to be honest. No offense to the rest of you. Y'all pretty cool, but like, she is my favorite. I guess I'm gonna start a new page on this. And that's how we're gonna do this. Where was that? Where's date modified? I gotta find. I thought I put notes down, but I don't think I did. I think I just thought I thought about it. So you ever think about something so hard, you think you wrote something about it, but it turns out you didn't? There's Bjorn. I wrote Bjorn down. All right, so we're gonna do an outline. What was that about Uzumaki, Blight? What's Uzumaki? Also, Blight's here? Also, X-Girls, XYZ? New dating? Cool. Also, Honey Money raiding with a party. What's up, Honey Money? What's up, gaggle of geese? I gotta take care of this person on YouTube real fast. Hide this channel. Alright, bye. Sorry to remove another person from YouTube there, King Dead and Penta, but... No, don't start playing more music from me. Stop it. How are you doing, Honey Money? How's your stream? I was out shopping, so I didn't get to catch any of it. Were you playing, more Yeehaw Skyrim? Blight was in Honey Money's chat, and I saw he said something about Uzumaki before the raid popped. Oh, okay. We survived the purge. You did survive the purge. Also, I got my nose ring out, so I have a new one in. I don't know if you can... Hang on. I'm gonna have to, like, blow... Can I just get closer? Can you see it? It's a ring. It's like an actual ring. It's like a big ring, though. I actually have smaller ones. And I'm gonna put one of the smaller ones in, because it's just sticking out so far. That it looks... I mean, it looks nice, but it's kind of in the way, so I'm gonna put one of the smaller ones in. This is the largest one I have. I got a pack of several, which is good because I didn't know what size. Also, I got these little ones, a very tiny one that has a tiny spike barbell, and it screws on. It's so freaking small, I cannot hold it and get the thing on it and screw it on because, like, I don't have enough. It's so small to hold it in my fingers. I have too much finger space to get it on there. And then you're also trying to do it in a mirror. It's absolute madness. Hey, Discordia. Did you use a tool? I used, no. My partner had a pair of tweezers that had a much smaller head, so I was able to put them in there, and squeeze them around the backside, so inside my nostril around the backside, and then I could grab the top and then hold those steady in my nose and then pull the top. I had to pull so hard. That thing was tight. I'm gonna have to, like, pop it in and out a bunch of times to try and, like, loosen it a little. Jesse's a benevolent god. I like my rings to be skin tight. Flash is back to having Aeon Flux and Shutters. What? The movie? Or the show? Yeah, the like... hey, little Lionhead. Yeah, the face players worked. I just had to get ones that had a smaller head. So I could get them in there. Because I actually, like... Rather than gripping them, I, like, basically put them past it and then squeezed it so they were on the arms. You should get one of those gem applicators for crafting. I'm not sure what... Oh, I think I might know what you're talking about. I'm trying to change one of my lip rings, but I just get the next size up to go through... Wait, what? I've been trying to change one of my lip rings. I just can't get the next size up. Oh, to go through. Well, because you're... Do they make, like, stretching tools? Because... If you just go up a size, it seems like you might tear something. I mean, not a lot. A size isn't huge, but, like... Have you tried... Is there, like, a piercing-safe lubricant? That's what I saw in one of the videos when I was looking up how to change. That someone was talking about a water-based lube that you can put that on the end to have it slip in easier. But I don't know if it's a particular kind of lube or what. Because it's going inside your face So, like, it better be safe for internal skin usage. The movie with a fight scene where somebody fastens their teeth around someone's earring and pulls. Oh, nasty. Hate changing piercings. That's fair. I have learned it is a pain. Town gets possessed with spirals? Uses suction like a fat pen. Oh. That actually sounds very useful. Blight. Also, hey, Blight. That sounds very, very useful. Why is the chat over here? I'm going to put it over here. More easy to read. All right. Also, let me know if this music is too loud. Apparently there's some Juji Ito? I don't know how to pronounce that. He's getting some sort of Netflix series coming out later this next year. Junji? Okay. So Junji Ito. Something on Netflix is coming out. Oh! What's that? Oh, there's our faces. I freaking love it. Oh, I said I was still in spiral paranoia when Honey Bunny was talking about how fun spiral pasta is. Oh. That's funny. I love that spiral pasta, though. Besmirch says, I hope you and the fam have a happy and healthy holiday. Thank you very much, Besmirch. Thank you for your support. I hope you also have a happy and healthy holiday. So far, it has been a very happy and healthy holiday. No one has been hospitalized or sick. So, good news all around. That's the good stuff. Oh, this is not open. I can't drink water out of it if the lid is closed. All right. Character. So here's what we're doing it in Downspout, which is a place that is downriver from a very industrialized, very rich Christmas tree. Thank you. I hope yours is also a happy and healthy holiday. How is your holiday going? Did you get your shopping done? It's a very capitalist question to ask, but I am curious. So Downspout. So Sotor Gom is like a very profitable, very posh, very leaning towards futuristic, like very industrial, very we always gotta try new things city, and always has their like just getting rid of old trash and like getting rid of supplies they don't need, they just throw it in the river, it goes down river. Where it ends up is Downspout, a place that has basically no natural resources and just lives off of the runoff from that city. So, it is a place where people are very resourceful. So you know better than to waste anything. The wrong tool for the right job. You have a knack for completing tasks with using incorrect tools. So like, you don't always have a hammer, but like, you know how to find something that you can smash a thing with. Mobile in water because it's downriver and it's constantly flooding. So you kind of always have to be able to be on dry land or water. Quick thinking, you gotta be scrappy. There is a god here named Trifolrata, and it's the god, like the major religion's god there, and about being like resourceful and stuff. So teamwork, you never make it out on your own. Nobody gets through on their own. Nobody gets through on their own. Sense the unseen, because there's a lot of water. You kind of got to get a feel for things that you might not be able to see. Sociable, again, very social city. Not a lot of recluses there. An unclean environment, so resistant to symptoms of illness. So like, this water is not clean, but you will be swimming in it, so you gotta build up your immune system. So we're gonna make a merfolk that lives in Downspout. And I am thinking, I did want to give them a pet, and I am now leaning towards like something that can go in and out of water as easily as they can. So I was thinking like an otter might be extra cute. I don't really do Christmas shopping anymore. Really, why not? You just be like, hey, I got you presents throughout the year. Or be like, hey, just hang out with me and that's Christmas. So speaking of folk type, are there insect folk native to Downspout? Dark Jackal, yes. So what I do with these cities, with the one-page lore locations, is I don't put what type of folk are... Like, it's not like this is a dwarven city, or this is an elven city, or this is a human city. But, like, this is a place. And, like, kind of it's up to whatever the GM wants to live there. Like, oh, this will be a great place for this area of my world, and it's mostly inhabited by X, so X can be there. But my thought being anyone can be native to these areas. Well, there's some where it's like, okay, this is, a place that floods. If you have, like, lizard folk are cold-blooded, so it might be a little more difficult because, like, temperature regulation versus a warm-blooded thing where it's like there's so much water, and if you don't want to get wet, then you're going to end up getting cold, and it's like, shoot. So, like, if you can live there, but it's like, okay, well, how does a cold-blooded person that lives there counteract this? What if they're alligator folk? They could be. Maybe that's one of the ways. They're like, oh, I am this, but I am like an alligator-based lizard folk could have a easier time there than like, what's like the desert lizard that runs real funny. But yeah, so I have in one page lore fantasy folk, I have an insect folk called mites that are based on like termites. And pretty much any lizard or any insect folk you want could live here. It would be fun if you had like a type of insect folk that were based on like those bugs that walk on the water. Like where they have the big long legs and they displace it and they could just walk around. It's much easier for them. That would be a good place for them. Is that like a Gila lizard or that different desert lizard? Ooh, a Gila would work, yeah. So if does that answer your question, Dark Jackal? I'm not sure if it... Sorry, everyone. I know it's just not worth stressing about. I've been stressing about it, so like I envy your ability to just go, no. I envy that, Deebs. I say good job. Pog says my family all just makes a list and then sets limits. Then click, and done. See, Pogson, that's why I like Dirty or Secret Santa. It's like you get one person, you get a list, and it's like that's all you have to focus on. So I really like that. Fun fact. I don't know if that's a fun fact. That is a fact I am learning about with multiple kinds of animals, though. Like ducks and dolphins. Absolutely. Okay, good. Glad that answered. Yeah, that's what we do. It's not really a secret since we all pick names. Blight, you like getting gifts for people. Yeah, that's cool. Like, I like the idea of getting gifts for people. I just stress out. Shoot, that was another thing I was supposed to buy while I was out today, and I didn't. I forgot. Dang it. but I just stress out over it. Like, I guess I like the Secret Santa part, or like getting gifts for my partner, because I feel a little less stressed. It's like, well, I know her. Like, I think she'll like this, even though sometimes I still stress out about it. But like, it's like, yeah, I got it. I know. I'm convinced she'll like this. Yeah. So like, I just want, I don't know. And it's like, for like in-laws, it's like, that's much harder for me. Where it's like, I know them. I like them. But I don't know what they want. Like, especially something that they want that like they can't just get for themselves. Like, they're adults who are retired and like they could just do what they want. It's like, all right, cool. Well, here's a keychain of Sailor Moon. I don't like Sailor Moon. Like, I like hanging out with them, but I don't know what to get them. Like, I like the idea of gifting, but like, I need some parameters and like some clear guidelines for me not to stress out about it. You find a thing and be like, oh, you know who would like this? I can't just be like, oh, it's a gift to clock and here's a perfect thing for everyone I know. Yeah, I feel similar, Deeps. It's easier to do like throughout the year. Just when you see a thing. The hard thing is for me to wait to give it. Well, then don't wait. Just give it. Incidentally, I found an interesting video on the math problems with Secret Santa. I'll drop it in the Discord. It's pretty neat. Math problems with Secret Santa. What are the math problems with Secret Santa? I'm curious. Not to put you on the spot, Jesse, but did your gift get sent? I'm trying to make sure I didn't miss it. The last gift I got from you, I showed off on stream. I think it was the hex that's sitting right by my, that's actually sitting next to my monitor. The totem with the lights. That's the last thing I remember. And then you see that Devin something, and we got that, or those. Was there something else? I'm trying to think if there's anything. It's the last thing I remember. I have a bad memory though. Oh, I do have one for you. I think I'm gonna give it to you in person though. My go-to for when I don't know what to do is movie night kit, fancy popcorn bucket, candy. Oh, that's smart. That's a good one, Pogson. Because who doesn't love that stuff? Some people. But yes, Blight. I have it. It's actually off camera over here. So I can't turn the camera. But I haven't sent it because I'm going to see you in January. So I was like, well, I'll just give it to you. That's my plan. Oh, also, this is my Christmas sweater. It says Seasons Grievings. And it's got Death Metal Santa. I made it. I like the sweater. Okay, cool. Ever since one of our packages got stolen, I've been paranoid. Oh, okay. Totally fair. Santa looks healthy. Yeah. He put his corpse paint on. What's a good name for merfolk? I did make it. So I got this Santa... Where I'm going to start the NPC after this. I got this Santa from the dollar store, and it was just like a basic Santa. And then I took like fabric marker and put the corpse paint face on him. And then I put this belt thing. It's a studded thing. And it has a little clip so it looks like a belt. And then I added some hardware to it. And then I added these spikes on his sleeves. They're black. They might be hard to see. So he's got like flat spikes on his belt and then like actual pointy spikes on his sleeves. And then I wrote the like squiggly lettering for Season's Grievings. And I wrote that in black fabric paint. And then cut it out to do like the really squiggly like metal font. Yeah, you can kind of see it there. So I cut it out around the black, so now it's like it's red lettering with black outline. Merfolk name. Scythelia? Scythelina? Isn't that that's a blasphemous god. Cynthia, where it's like a girl that's also a monster. How do I pronounce that? Scythelina? It's a good name. What is that? Okay, let me look this up. Because I forget what the actual name. Scylla. 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 That's the god. Yeah, you had it. Horror of the Sea. I only know that from the game Smite. Oh, it is Greek. Interesting. Was not covered in God of War. Maybe the next one. Alright, it's a good name. I like it. We'll go for it. Alright, so. Let's do... So, name. We gotta do a pronunciation guide. Skith? Like Skith? Skithan Lena or Lina? Lina? Skithan Lina? I kind of like Skithan Lena or Lina. Like Skithan Lina? How's that for pronunciation? Do we like that? I like merfolk with other fish and sea life appendages. So like, rather than just like, I mean, there's nothing wrong with like totally human top half, fin tail, but like I like merfolk with some other stuff. So like baubles, like catfish have those like woo things. Like additional, like some fins and some other aquatic features on their human part as well. I also enjoy, I don't think I'm going to do it with this character, but I enjoy merfolk that are just straight up other creatures other than fish. So like merfolk, but they're a crab. I don't know if that counts as a merfolk. Where it's like you got a crab bottom half instead of a fish bottom half. So you're a crab centaur, basically. I mean, a merfolk is just a fish centaur. Fish tar? Scent fish? I'm not sure which part of the centaur is the human part. All sea folk become crab folk eventually. Let me bring up my one-page lore on merfolk. Finals. There we go. Skeletons. Where's merfolk? Because I have some of this written down. That's Naga. Orcs. Wait, no, it's M. There's mites. Merfolk. There we go. Eyster? What's Eyster? You're very excited about it, so I want to know. All right. So let's see. Physicality. Most fully human, sea creature, human, or hybrid, have a mixture of sea creature bodily features. This can include a variety of anterior, posterior, and caudal fins. Those are all types of fins. I remember doing research on that, as well as large eyes. Oh, I love large eyes. Ooh, can we make like... Okay, I think we should do a little, like just a little bit, like creepily large eyes, like those like big fish eyes, like sharp teeth. I'm thinking okay, here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking merfolk. So I'm not even gonna try. I'm gonna secretly spell this off screen, because I cannot spell the word piranha correctly, and I embarrass myself every time. But I'm thinking like a piranha merfolk. So like big piranha eyes, like fangly teeth, maybe like have like the red, like this part of body is red. Like her or him, I don't know what person we want to make, but like the front part is red. Like a red-bellied piranha. Oh my gosh, I spelled it right. I can't believe that. I spelled it wrong here. No, Ishtar? That's like something with Christmas origins. We're gonna look at some piranhas here. Oh, there's my Slack. All right. Ooh, should we give him an underbite too? Like that piranha underbite? Okay, so orange. Okay, so we have large eyes. So, Hang on. Come back here. So we're going to have oval pupils, orange eyes. I'm referencing the movie. Let's not dwell on it. What movie? Cool thought. Fixed eyes, maybe so they have to turn their head. Oh, yeah. Okay, so large. So we're going to say large. Fixed eyes. Has to turn head to see different angles. Actually, they just have to turn head. So I'm just gonna put that because they're still gonna be on the front. So you just gotta be like, okay. I love the idea of fixed eyes. That's great. That's a really cool visual feature. I'm thinking underbite. So piranhas have one. They got one fin here. They got a fin back here. So let's do. So we got orange, red belly. Underside. Sounds like my ex. You dated a merfolk? A piranha merfolk? Or just someone with an underbite? Ah. Man, piranhas are thick. Look at this. Look at this thing. All right, we gotta get some pronouns too, because I'm gonna be writing some stuff. So I gotta write it in what we want to do. God, that's so scary. All right, so let's do like a spinal, like a bony spinal fin. Bony fin. Down back half of spine. All right, I feel like those are some pretty good physical features. Large fixed eyes, oval pupils, got orange eyes, got sharp pointy teeth, underbite, got orange belly. What's up, Discordia? And a bony fin. What's a good color? This character needs some like scale color. It's like a grayish blue. This is a merfolk. Skithenlida. And gonna have like piranha influences for the fish part. So they're gonna have like big, like really big eyes, and they're gonna be fixed. So they have to like move to look different ways. They can't like do this. The oval pupils got orange eyes. It's gonna have sharp teeth. Gonna have an underbite. They're gonna have a, like this part of their body's gonna be red or orange, and then like a bony fin about halfway down their back, down into the tail. What is your environment? Tropical waters can lead to more colorful fish. So this is in a city called Downspout. That's like constantly flooding and is getting all their supplies as runoff from a much richer city upstream that is just kind of wasteful, and they constantly throw their trash in the river, and the river takes it away. And Downspout just gets all the stuff, and like so their buildings are all made from whatever supplies they sent. Whatever, not sent, but got rid of. So like all their buildings are cobbled together from different pieces of things. So it's like a very resourceful place, like very you know, they don't make things, you know, they don't have like resources of their own. Yeah, downspout. I hope there aren't going to be mid-journey prompts. I didn't sign up for body horror. Sorry, if I'm doing it, there's always a chance for body horror. Also, hey, McNancy. How are you doing? What's the climate of downspouts? I don't have an answer for that. I'm gonna say probably to where it gets like I'll say native to answer that. Native to downspout. Grew up in downspout. Maybe New Orleans. I'm thinking a little bit cold. Like, it doesn't... New Orleans, but like maybe a little colder. I've never been to New Orleans. So maybe I'm wrong. But I feel like the climate should be not quite as hot as New Orleans. Seattle? Probably not as cold as Seattle. Because Seattle will get, like, snow. I'm thinking like minimal snow, but never enough to like threaten freezing the river. So like maybe they get like technically below freezing, but not long enough or low enough below freezing to threaten freezing the river. That's my thought. What was it? Shimmering blue gray? That's what Dark Jackal said. I kind of like that. Discord y'all saying silver, gray, blue, purple. Yeah. So let's do shimmering blue, gray scales. So underside is orange, red, and then fades into blue, gray scales. Shimmery blue, gray scales. Oil spill effect. I am not sure what you mean by that. That's Seattle. It's chilly here, but we don't go ice skating or anything like that. Really? I thought Seattle got a lot colder than that. It's so far north. Ooh, rainbow pattern on the... Okay, I'm going to add... I'm going to add that as a note. I may keep that. I may end up dropping it, but I do think that's cool. All right. Do we want to make this... Are we doing... What are our pronouns? We want to do a he merfolk, a she merfolk, a they merfolk. I feel like merfolk default to women most times. We're considered a temperate rainforest? That's so weird. Okay. Gosh, it doesn't get as cold in Seattle as I thought. Hang on, I'm covering up my little thing. I gotta move this guy over. There we go. That's better. Iridescent. Ooh. I love the term iridescent. They remind me of that episode of Round the Twist. I am not familiar with Round the Twist. All right, we're gonna do a she her for now. If we want to change that, we can. So in water, swims with ease. on land. Slithers on tail. I'm just gonna say slithers on tail. I want, let's say, it was an Australian children's TV show where really weird stuff happened to a family who lived in a lighthouse. There was an episode where a guy slowly turned into a merman. Oh, that sounds wild. And pretty fun. That does sound like something Amy would know about. I want to say slow, like she's a little slower on land. Pushing Up Roses did an episode on that show. Oh, I gotta watch that. I do enjoy Pushing Up Roses. I like her game stuff more than her TV stuff, but she do fun stuff. She cool. I think part of why I like watching her video game stuff is she does like a bunch of adventure games and stuff that I don't really like generally, because I'm not a huge adventure game fan, but she talks about it very passionately. And like that's fun to listen to, where it's like hearing someone talk about something that you're not big into, but hearing why they love it so much. I find that very fascinating. There's like the Geek Critique is another YouTuber, and like that dude loves Sonic and I do not, and I love watching his videos about Sonic games because like he really is very passionate about it. A lot of scary stuff can happen around the lighthouse, but turning into a merman is the new one on me. Looks up Around the Twist for more details and finds an article entitled, "I'm sorry to tell you, but every episode of Around the Twist is based on a kink." All right, well, I'm going to copy that. And I'll find that article later because what? Pedestrian TV. All right, cool. Sounds wild. Only learning more things about this. All right, so slithers on land. I want to say that she's slower on land than in the water. Slithers on tail. I'll just put works hard to keep up with most folk with legs. What kink has become a mermaid? I'm pretty sure just a mermaid kink. I have known people that are just really into mermaids, so I am sure. How is she in thick mud? Faster than rocky ground? Probably the same. She's probably faster in thick mud than okay, she'd definitely be faster in thick mud than someone with legs. Because the thing with mud is like better dispersal. If she has like a, 4-foot long tail and is using it to slither on, then that's 4 feet of, weight distribution versus a person who has, 2 feet going schlop, schlop, schlop. So definitely faster than most people, than most bipeds on in mud. But probably not fast. I got real excited to say something and I took a breath. Well, I still had water. Oh man. All right. Might be good. Seems more like a fetish than a kink, but I'm not splitting hairs. I think the two are fairly... You can basically interchange those words, and like 99% of people will understand. I probably couldn't tell you like the dictionary definition difference between the two, other than a fetish is also like a magical thing. I don't think there's any magic thing called a kink. Kink something they like, fetish something they need. Is that it? Mermaids always make me think of the song written by Shel Silverstein. What song? Is it just a song called Mermaids? Oh my gosh, water doesn't go in the lungs, everybody. Maybe if you're a merfolk, but not if you're human. All right. So faster on mud. So it'd probably be pretty good if this merfolk ever went to Leerbotten. Ooh, mud merfolk. That'd be fun in Leerbotten. Like merfolk that have lived there long enough that they're like more akin to mud. Also Nagas. That would be good in Leerbotten too. Because Nagas have like, you know, like big long snake bodies. You just be like, wee, just skating across the mud. Song just called The Mermaid. Oh, okay. It has one version. Watch. Oh, okay. So that's YouTube. Okay, I'll look that up. Excuse me. Oh my gosh. All right, so we've got physical features. We got how moves in water, how moves in land. Oh, pet. Do we want to do? What do we want to do? We said pet options. We were talking about. I was talking about an otter. I think Rabbit said giant salamander. Do we have any other contenders? We also need a name. I feel like a wet name, like Drip or something, but not Drip. Yeah, name for the pet. And we also have to choose what the pet is. So this is like physical appearance. This is movement. Loves her pet. What about that fish which clings to sharks? Oh, what is that fish that clings to sharks? Fish that clings to sharks. Remora? Oh, that's a mouth. This freaking mouth? Okay, so like it clings. So it would cling to her. Alright, so that's another option. Pet. Is it R-A? I already forgot how I spelled it. R-E. Remora? Yeah, Remora. So, like, it would... I kind of like that idea. So, like, when she's on land, it would cling to her. And then when she goes underwater, it could swim around and be free. How would it breathe when it was on her, though? I mean, we could just say it's a type of remora that, like merfolk, can breathe on land or water. And, like, bam, problem solved. So, like, a evolution of a remora. That would make it not really be able to do a lot of movement on its own. On land. Oh, I do like this idea, though. If it gets blood through being attached, that's how it could get oxygen. Oh, that's true, though. Kind of a shared bloodstream while sucking. Oh, you know, I was really on board with this cute otter. But, like, I don't want to go too body horror. We've already got this piranha merfolk. But, like, I'm really feeling this remora idea. Could have two pets. Could have a remora. And another pet. You otter reconsider. Two body horror? Is that possible? I mean, I love body horror. I think it's amazing. It's creepy and fun. But you know, I don't want to make a one-note character. I feel like maybe cute pet for creepy merfolk. Creepy pet for cute merfolk. Like, can we design... we could design another male merfolk who's very hot and has a freaking remora. Maybe a couple remoras. A small school of remoras that hang off of them. I don't know. I am a big fan of this idea, though. All right, so those are our options. Oh, someone put a name down. Splash Bow? Lungfish remora cross. Wait, what's a lungfish? Oh my gosh, look at this fish. Cuttlefish merfolk? Oh, that sounds great. I'm on board with cuttlefish merfolk. Like I mentioned earlier, I love, like, merfolk that take more aquatic features from fish than just they have a fish tail. Like, you kind of add more to them. If you ever seen, like, Magic the Gathering merfolk, like, that's a really good example. They have a lot of different, like, those will have, like, baubles and extra fins and, like, this look very cool. And they actually look like aquatic creatures that are humanoid versus just, like Disney's Little Mermaid, where it's just like, this is clearly a human and then it's clearly a fish. And there's a clear line between them. Horseshoe crab for mobility. Oh, yeah, horseshoe crab. Oh, look. Lung. It's the inside of a lungfish. That's cute. I don't know. I think it's a cute little fish. Look at this one, though. Bah. Look at that face. That's wild. Look at this face. Horseshoe crab shoes for mobility. That's funny. All right. We still need... What does this person do? What's this merfolk do? How about giant horseshoe crab as mounts for long journeys on land? That'd be something. Oh, that would be cool. I feel like that's... If this merfolk had to go somewhere, I would say that would be awesome. But I want something that just has, like, local stuff. So, like, a small pet. But a horseshoe crab for long distance, that sounds great. Accounting? Why the heck not? Okay, so this is a generally not prosperous area. Like, again, built on the runoff. Like, there would be some level of income. But, like, whose accounting would she be doing? School teacher. Pretty good. Okay, I might have to close Slack. Wait, are we a mermaid in a river? So this is a merfolk excuse me, that is in a place called Downspout, which is a city built on a river where all of the supplies for the city has come downriver from a very prosperous city. And so they're basically just living off and have built a city off the runoff of what this other place has thrown out. And so it's like very like there's no resources, like it's generally like a really poor area, like a whole place. It would be like people have to be very resourceful. So you're describing a mud skipper? Ooh, a mud skipper. So like the streets flood and unflood, so there's places that are like constantly underwater, sometimes underwater. You have to be able to be comfortable with water to live here. So the merfolk is a merfolk that's kind of like got piranha influences. So you have the large eyes, orange, like red underneath, gonna have sharp teeth, an underbite, bony fin. But yeah, so it's a city, but there's like a trashy Venice. Kind of think about something like that. Like a trashy Venice that floods a lot. So the water level's not always constant. If that makes sense. Isn't that just Venice? I don't know how trashy Venice is. So the most I know about Venice is that it's the second level in Tomb Raider 2. Dang, everybody dunking on Venice. All right, so let's do... I kind of like this idea of an accountant, but not in terms of like money, but in terms of like value of things. So like if you have, because it would be more of like a trade economy, and being like, oh, I have, you know, almost like a mix of accountant, realtor, fence, and pawnbroker, where you have like, she would be going around looking at people's stuff and being like, oh, you have this house that's underwater. It's, you know, this is worth around this much. Like, oh yeah, you could get this for it, but it's not like monetary. And then like a connection with someone else, be like, oh, you're looking for an underwater establishment? Oh, well, this person's got this one, and it's like, you know, if you traded them X, yeah, like an appraiser. So kind of like all those things, but like constantly works for one person, like an accountant of things. So it's like if a person has a bunch of properties and a bunch of stuff, they got their treasures, they got this weird tech that's come down river that no one's figured out yet. Like they run the water mill that powers something. Like she's in charge of keeping all that in line, and like what's it worth and how the economy changes and what could be up traded, and like, because you don't have like hard numbers to work with. It's all for the fun of the pun. It's all fluid. Or because Downspout monetizes rep, right? She keeps track of who's doing what. Yeah, so Downspout would definitely be like a very reputation based. So also keeping track of like, I appraised this person's stuff for this amount, then they sold it to someone else for more, saying it was worth more. I know that that person is no longer, you know, good on their word, and I'm gonna let other people know that. So like I guess that's information broker. Okay, whatever it is, I have to pee, so I'm gonna do that while we mull this over. So I'm gonna switch back to this very lovely scenery with nothing creepy at it at all. Social credits, not in a formal sense like the social credit system, but like a reputation system. Who deals in good faith? Uber eggs actually sounds kind of important. Yeah. So like that could be something that she does, like in her appraisals and like account keeping of who has what, who traded it to who, and what did they get for it. So like, and I'm going to say maybe doesn't work for a particular person, but has done this job long enough that like people come to her and pay her both for, you know, an appraisal because people trust like, oh, well, Skithania's opinion is honest. So if I get her opinion on this, like, then that's solid. And people are more likely to buy it from me or trust me because she said it was worth this much. And then, so like having regular people that come to her with that. It's kind of like freelance. Sounds like Pawn Stars. Yeah, like a pawn. It is sort of pawnbrokery as well. I feel like this might be too much. Like I gotta narrow the scope. Because I can't put all these things. I feel like there's just too much for one person to be doing. Gotta narrow it down. But it's gonna be a wait screen. Be right back. All right. So I'm kind of thinking decentralized accountant. So like people go to her to decentralized accountant and appraiser. People go to her to get a value on something, and she keeps track of like the value of things and who has what and who traded what. Does she use the blockchain? If you cheat her, you end up sleeping with the fishes. That's right. You'll be sleeping with the fishes. And I'm assuming in a place with merfolk, that probably means something different. All right, so I don't know how to like condense that. Say, there, say with no currency, it's a trade economy. Sleep with the fishes is just a good night out on the town. I ended up sleeping with some of those fishes. splash water on my face. So there's no currency. It's a trade economy. I just hit my microphone. She values folks' property. Well, let's say goods. Keeps track of who trades to whom and for what, and who, I'll say, lies about it, or who, like, who makes good on their deals. There we go. Freelance. All right, so that's what she does. All right, so I gotta decide now. An otter, salamander, or remora, or have several. I feel like just having more than one seems excessive. I like the mobility of the otter and salamander, but I just love the idea of the remora. I think I might have to go remora. As cute as an otter is, and as great as salamanders are, I just can't get over the idea of, like, having this thing attached to you. That just visually seems really cool. So we're gonna do that. Loves her pet remora. Named blank. Attaches to her arm. I've got to roll out, but glad I could contribute. Heck yeah, thank you, Dark Jackal. I hope you have a good whatever it is you're doing today. Thanks for contributing. It was nice seeing you, as always. When on land, gets oxygen from shared blood. Swims fast and stealthy in water. Great for recon. Can communicate like intelligent dog. Let's go with that. Just saw for the road a Batfolk innkeeper / restaurant over. He does what he can to keep his business above water. Oh, I love it. All right, I think this is enough. Oh, we need like a hobby. Oh, we need a name for the remora. And then and we need like a hobby for her. Like, we know her work. So what does she do for fun? When a fish bites your thigh, and you're sure you will die. That's amore. Hey, Larson. When you're pulled to your doom in the watery gloom, that's amore. I love it. That's very funny. Well done indeed. I was actually thinking about the name Moray for the Remora. But now I feel like we should call it Larson. I'm gonna call it. We'll call it Moray. Moray? Ah. All right, so we need name and a hobby. So if you live in trash Venice. Oh, Moray. Oh, no, I like that. Okay. Moray. Maurice? Moray? Faux? Morph? I don't know how you pronounce that. That's Moro? Moro? I like Moro. Oh, like, okay, yeah, Moro. Moro. I like Moro. So if you live in trash Venice. Live in trash Venice. You're very social. You have a trade economy. You have a fairly important job, and a lot of people trust you. What do you do for fun? Like, what is a Friday night out? Does their trash-based communication system run on string and tin cans? No. So I've been here for like 3 minutes, so I barely know the context here, but I feel like you'll get a kick out of reading The Scar by China Miéville. I have a few people I know who really love China Miéville. Miéville? I don't know how to pronounce that. And have said I should absolutely read China Miéville. Because it's about a pirate city made out of a whole bunch of ships lashed together. Oh, that's cool. That's really neat. They specialize in their own version of toilet wine. Probably. I would say when you're dealing with, runoff, then things like, boiled water. So like, hot drinks. Ooh, that's a whole thing. Hang on. Hot drinks, 'cause boiled water and alcohol. So like, yeah, so like, maybe not toilet wine, but like, people would probably call it toilet wine because it's from downspout. But like, yeah, hot drinks and alcohol would be very important because like, you want something that's too hot to drink so you know it's been boiled. Or alcohol to help kill whatever it is that was in it that you don't want to ingest. And that's like a whole thing that I have in local quirks was like, for most folk in Downspout, if you're hungry, it's because if you're not hungry, it's because you ate something you shouldn't have. So like there's not a lot of food resources. So it's like, yeah, just eat what you can. Anyway, I'm suggesting it because the term trash Venice made me imagine a floating scrap city. Like if you built a society on top of the Pacific trash vortex. I think that was Snow Crash that had the trash city? Or was the trash city separate from the floating city? Also in the 5th book, X Heroes book, there's a society of people that basically lash together a whole bunch of like big boats, shipping containers, shipping container boats and stuff like that, and like made a floating city because it's a place where zombies are, so they made a city that's floating to try and protect themselves from zombies. If you haven't read the X Heroes series, the first 3 books are really good. I highly recommend those. It's basically a world with superheroes, and then the zombie apocalypse happens. And then it's mostly from the, like, during the zombie apocalypse, but there'll be a bunch of flashbacks of, like, before or at the beginning of the zombie apocalypse to start fleshing out characters, and it's really cool. So zombies and superheroes. It's really fun. And the first 3 books are really, really good. The 4th one is okay. Tried some stuff. Some of it worked. And the same with the 5th book. But the first 3 I highly recommend. They're quite good. And there's some cool things with like dealing with what happens when a superhero gets infected with a zombie virus. And then the actual why the zombie virus happened is pretty neat and makes sense and is unique to the world, where it's not just like, we did zombies and we did superheroes because those are 2 things that are popular and I mashed them together. It's way more thoughtful than that, which I really liked. There's an island near Venice called Murano, which specializes in the creation of glass. I'm just thinking about glass, which has been abandoned in running water until it becomes smooth. Could there be an art industry there? Ooh, yeah. That's smooth glass. There could definitely be an art industry there. Because they would also chuck their glass. Is that called like river glass or sea glass or something? Where it just gets run over and like whatever until it's like smooth on all sides. Like it's not gonna cut you. I'm also gonna put smooth river glass art. I'm just gonna add that there. This is stuff that I'll flesh out in the actual thing. Hobby, we're still blank on. But here's what I want to do. Rather than obsess over that, I think I want to make another character with the little bit of time we have left. Because I like this. I feel like I can make something out of this. Again, we need that hobby because people are more than just their job and their appearance. Maybe... I think gambling is a good hobby. Does this person seem like a gambler? Because again, when you're dealing with non-currency, and you have a level of trust, you could literally use information as your wager in a gamble. Non-currency, are they on the boon system? So they have no, like, Downspout has no, like, physical currency. It's a trade economy. And it's a very social environment. So, like, no one survives on their own in Downspout. It's too, like, harsh of an environment. So it's a very, like, you have to have a level of socialness. Uh-oh. What's uh-oh? So not a lot of hermits. How big are the spiders which got swept down the water spout? Very big. I guess when you live by the tides, you gotta keep up with the current events. That was funny. I like that, Larson. How big are the spiders that get swept down the water spout? Massive. They eat people. They probably, honestly, there probably have been like monster and dragon attacks in what'd I name it? Sodergalm. And they're like, we don't want these parts of the monster, and throw it down the river. Gambling, betting. Like diving and so these are all coastal underwater societies and stuff, right? So this would be a, like, I want to say amphibious society. So you have, it's built on and in a large river. So like there would be stuff like buildings that are below the water line, and it's constantly flooding. So like the water line isn't just always here. Like sometimes it's up here, sometimes it's a little bit lower. Like it never goes below this amount, but like, you know, it can change. And so you have to be, if you live there, you have to be comfortable with like being able to move within the water. And if you know, and that includes like a system of like boat rentals kind of stuff where it's like, oh yeah, there's a lot of canoes out, or like small boats. It's like, oh, they raise and lower with the water level, and then you use them to get places. Or like sort of like boat taxis, again, can float and change with it. And unless you're like very well off in Downspout, you're gonna get wet. So it's like a partially underwater. I don't want to put like treasure hunting, because that's just like a legitimate career where it's like you just go and get the things that come down the stream. Well, I've got a monster critter idea. You may not like it. I'm curious why I wouldn't like it, but maybe I should be afraid. I love monsters and critters. Karaoke? It's not how you spell karaoke, but I don't know how to spell karaoke. you know, it would make sense as a social person that, like, bar hopping, karaoke, light gambling, like, all of that could come together to basically, you go bar crawling. Like, you would talk to people, you'd learn new information. Some of it useful to your business. Some of it just nice because you get to talk to people. You sing some songs. You play some cards. Yeah, whatever. Okay, so I'm going to leave that there for now. So you're familiar with real-life species of parasitic bugs that swim into the mouths of fish, gnaw off their tongues, and attach themselves to their mouths. I am very familiar. I don't love that thing in the sense that it's cool. I find it incredibly fascinating and horrifying. But yes, I am familiar with that parasite. Ew, talking to people, hard pass. Totally fair. It's not for everybody. Imagine a fantasy variant in those traits. 1, are intelligent. 2, target merfolk. 3, are skilled casters. Because tongues motifs. So that was a legitimate thing I was thinking about, Larson, was for making a character that was the parasite on the tongue of a humanoid, and that it just like they just kind of keep their mouth shut when they talk because they're just, it, you know, it just sounds like they're mumbling, but really the person is like the person you're talking to is the parasite. And then that would be fun to either do as like sort of like a meat mech situation, or have 2 players who play the same character. So you have one player who's playing like the mute person, and then another character that is playing the intelligent parasite in their mouth. Or just you play it by yourself, and the person on the outside is like, you'd have to find some reason for why they're okay with this scenario, but hey. They don't mind and control their victims, but force them to do their bidding through other means like inflicting pain. Yeah. Ooh, that would be a real mean one. Hey, Monday. Wait. Oh yeah, happy hump day. It is Wednesday. I thought it was Tuesday for some reason, despite me always doing this on Wednesday. How's the NPC creation going? Really good. We have a piranha influenced, like a merfolk named Skithenlina, who has a bunch of piranha influences and has a pet remora that hangs on her arm when they're out of the water, and then swims around when they get in the water. I dig it. A nightmare to implement. But I dig it. Yeah, I really like the dual character, dual player characters. I still like want to play. My dream is to play a game where I can play the magic sentient weapon wielded by another player. And so like my character is basically a mobile weapon that's like a spellcaster or something, and like talks and does all this stuff, but like doesn't really move because they're a weapon, and our character uses them as their like primary weapon. That is the I haven't been able to play this yet scenario that I really want to play in an RPG. And then like other things like the like 2-headed character, like the fungal infection that's like a symbiosis with the other character, like that kind of stuff. Reminds me of that old April Fool's announcement in WoW where they said they would implement 2-headed ogres for the first 2-player race. That's pretty great. All right, I think this is good for Skithenlia. Githanlina. We've got 10 minutes. Do you think we could knock out like the most basic of another character? I really like, I want to put it in a different area, but I really like this bat innkeeper. In fact, instead of being a bat person, I think it'd be extra funny if they were just a bat that was like magically granted intelligence. So it is a literal bat that runs an inn. And I imagine leisure activities for merfolk would include a lot of grooming. Scale infections can get nasty. That they can. Scale infections are no joke. I mean, flesh infections are not really a good thing either, but yeah. Blight and I had a fun concept for a dual player character, but only really works for players that have opposite schedules. Basically, one person has two completely separate personalities, and only one is in control at a time. So when player A is available, it's personality A, and when player B is available, it's personality 2. Neither has any idea what has been happening while the other was in control. That's super cool. A real Yami Yugi kind of situation. I love it. That would actually be pretty fun, because then you'd come back after a few weeks and like be like, what did I do? Everybody's mad at you. Be like, oh no, I did something. Imagine starting a campaign and telling 2 of the players that they can only come to every other session. I think the idea, if I remember correctly from what Deebs is saying, is that it was like a campaign where they both couldn't make it at the same time. So, you know, it's like, oh, I can only do like 2 sessions a month max, and the other person could also only 2 sessions a month. So it's like you basically can just switch. Which would be pretty cool. I feel like that'd be fun. If you know the other person well, like are cool with that, I feel like that would be a really fun character. Where is... written stuff. Okay, here it is. So I want locations. Both wanted to join, but we couldn't guarantee we'd always... Yeah, that was it. We just didn't have a good way to handle if both of us could make it that week. I mean, I guess just agree, or both say what you want to do and then roll a die. And then whoever gets the die roll, that's the action you take. Could do either of those. Or a rare scenario where the body is aware of both consciousnesses at the same time, and you both have some sort of like pull with it. Or like one has mental control and the other has physical control, or you'll do like a divide the body in half or half. Several ways you could do it. Jekyll and Hyde, werewolf, yeah. That would actually be really fun if you had like a werewolf in this same scenario, and one player plays the kind of what Deebs was talking about, but it's like one player plays the human side, one player is play the werewolf side, and you are not in control of when you transform. And so when the human player is there, it doesn't matter what the situation is, you're the human side. And when the werewolf person is there, it doesn't matter what the situation is, you've turned into a werewolf and they are now a werewolf. Had an NPC plan that was like that. Never got to him though. Aw, dang, that sounds really cool though. I've read the original Jekyll and Hyde story. It's not actually about split personalities. Wait, what is it about then? That's all I know about Jekyll and Hyde. Oh, that was another place that I have listed here in the file that I'm looking at, where it's called Whalefell Cove, and it was like a city that would be built on the beach, like on land on the beach, in the tide on the beach, and then into the water. So like, think of like a city that just goes into the water. That would be, I thought that would be really cool. So you'd see like some spires sticking out of the ocean. And it's like, that's the same city. It's just, that's the underwater part. And there'd be like rivers to kind of connect it all. That'd be a fun place to make. The real reason Jekyll turns into Hyde is to have an alter ego that can do unsavory things. Oh. It lowers the inhibitions a little. And they aren't actually separate personalities. Oh, interesting. DD does a whole thing where whatevers have their own alignment separate from the character's normal alignment. So I was going to have a major villain that was a werebear, which had some sort of good alignment, and he didn't know it. Oh, so at nights when he was transformed, he was going some places, show up and help the players. Oh, that's super fun, Deebs. I love that idea. That's a really cool idea for a villain. Basically, Hyde is Jekyll's incognito mode until he murders a guy and becomes a wanted criminal. Oh, dang. Yep, that'll ruin it. Don't murder. Not worth it. Okay, I'm gonna put. All right, here's what we're gonna do. We got 5 minutes. Innkeeper. Batrick. Batrick is a bat who gained sentience through, well, that's not how you spell sentience. Let's try that again. Sentience is, bump it, awareness through magic. There's a I definitely stole that name. There is a what's it called? Hang on, I gotta look it up. It's the best thing ever. Gosh, what's it called? Nature shorts? Shoot. What? I shared a bunch of them in Discord. Hang on, I have to find them because I have to share them with you. Natural habitat shorts. Okay, that's what it's called. There is... Here it is. We're gonna all watch this together. This is where I got the name Batrick from. All right. These are really funny to me. All right, where's the freaking pretzel? Where are you? I got to pause you. There we go. Okay.
Patrick? Did you bring enough for the whole class?
Sees him.
It's just a bunch of shorts with animals, and it's really funny to me. I find them all very, very funny. Hang on, I gotta find one more with the bat. Here it is. No, no. Not Discord. And you copy this link. Yeah, there we go. The bat at the supermarket.
Excuse me, where can I find, acorns?
Let me see. Yeah, that's gonna be all 4.
Do you mind checking if those are organic?
Sees him as a phrase that should never be used by a teacher. Yeah, these are all really funny. I love the natural habitats. It's called Natural Habitat. And it's Natural Habitat Shorts. There's little short videos about animals doing things. And it's very funny. The ones I find the funniest all have screaming in them. I don't know why. Maybe that's just my sense of humor. There are funny ones that don't involve screaming, but it's really, really funny to me. All right, so Patrick. So now you know where I got the name Patrick. So runs, and oh, actually, I was talking about stuff. Yeah, awakened. Yeah, that's what D&D uses, but I don't want to use that. Sentience for having feelings, sapience for having thought. Oh, okay. So sapience. Me too. Enjoy it. Perfectly cut scream. I do love perfectly cut screams. Have you seen an arapaima fish? No. Given your fixation on Halloween, your amusement at screaming makes sense. I feel called out, but also, you're not wrong. Arapaima fish? It's big and large. Oh, wow. Look at the shape of this thing. That's wild. Look at this freaking face. Whoa, wow, look at this one. That's a look. It's flat at the end, which is weird. Yeah. It's like squished this way, and then it rounds out, and then it squishes this way. That's so weird. Like, have you seen a goblin shark? Hang on. I love a goblin shark. Look at this freaking monster. It does the thing where, like, its mouth goes out when it bites. Is this the GIF? Yeah, it goes, "Hwah!" And mouth go out. Look at that mouth go. That's freaking wild. Vampire squid? Yeah, vampire squids are freaking awesome. These are... I expect everybody to make a merfolk based on one of these creatures we are talking about. I love vampire squids. They look like a creepy umbrella. It's so great. Monkfish? Not familiar. Oh, I like this guy. Whoa. This dude. Oh, I like this with human teeth. It's funny. Monkfish with human teeth. Thing with human teeth is very fun to me, except Sonic with human teeth, because that was an actual thing. Jesse's cackling maniacally. I am. Like blobfish. Blobfish are great too. Blur. So good. Mantis shrimp are really cool. Breerflab? That's funny. Banjo fish, is that a real thing? Okay. I wanna finish this. No, you gotta roll both the R and the L. So Breerflab. I don't know how to roll the L. Rob? Freerlob. Is that how you roll an L? Rolled L's is like stereotypical Indian accent. That has a rolled L? I don't think I've ever heard something that I would have called a rolled L in that accent. I'm gonna YouTube rolled L's after this. Alright, so Batrick. This bat who gained awareness through magic, runs an in and downspout. Oh, bobbit worms. I love bobbit worms. They can get super big. And apparently, like the name worm implies, if you cut them in half, you can then have 2 bobbit worms. So, killing them is not easy. There's a story on NPR from some dude in the 90s who had a bobbit worm get into his saltwater fish tank. And apparently they can like eat anything and survive. And it was like eating rocks and then also eating the other fish. And this dude had to finally manage to pull this thing out. And it was like in a fish tank, and it was like 3 or 4 feet long. It's huge. He said he fed it glass. Like he started feeding it at night. They're nocturnal. And so at night he would start putting chicken in it to feed it, and then put like poison in the chicken. He put glass in the chicken. Like he was trying to kill this thing and it would not die. This man put glue in the food he was feeding the bobbit worm to hope that it would like clog up the thing and it would die. Did not kill him. It was wild. Yeah. They're basically sentient bear traps. Not sentient. They're basically living bear traps on a rope. Like they're just big, long. They've got jaws that they clamp, but they also are super long, so they'll come out and like grab something. Yeah, they're very scary looking, but they're pretty. Like they have like a nice rainbow color to them, or they can. And like they're really cool, but yeah, they're terrifying. It's a very scary critter. Jesse, I have a 10-second salveless web'em for you since we're sharing water stuff. Oh no. Alright. I'm curious about it. Send it to me. Runs an in and downspout. Alright, let me copy this. I'm going to view it off camera first. Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, let's watch that. That is terrifying. See, and that's why sense the unseen is a thing for people in downspout, because you got this like dirty water. This big ass shark just coming through. That's so wild. You only see it like I could barely see it right there. Like actually I'm not even sure if I'm seeing it. Now I can see it. That's like right there, and it wasn't visible before. Bonk. He just want to boop him on the snoot, but he got him on the back of the snoot. The reverse snoot. That's what the back of your head is called, right? The reverse snoot. We're going to say... upside down on. I'll be honest, not a big fan of swimming in the ocean. I can't imagine. Why? I'm an odd duck. That's fair. I accept this. I am indeed an odd duck. I like being in the ocean. I don't think I've ever like I haven't done much swimming in the ocean. I've done walking in the ocean, but I generally don't go far enough out to need to swim. The few times I went swimming in the ocean, it like one of them was because I got a riptide and was getting pulled out and was like, ah! And thankfully remembered that you're supposed to swim if you're ever in a riptide is when, if you don't know, the current has a very strong pull, and it'll come and go, so it's not like a constant thing. But like the tide will come out, and underneath the water, the surface of the water, it's pulling faster. And so you're getting swept out to sea at an incredibly powerful current that like you can't really swim against. When you're getting pulled out and you can't swim against it, you swim sideways to get out of the riptide. And then once you're stopped getting pulled out, you can start like turn towards shore. And if you're really out of the riptide, you'll actually start swimming, and then you can turn and start swimming. But you want to make sure you're out of the riptide, because you're not going to outpace the riptide pulling you out. Now you know. I've gotten pulled in riptide. It was absolutely terrifying. And like the waves, the top water was so choppy, I like tried to shout for help, because I was like, oh shit, I'm being pulled. Help, somebody. Don't leave me out here. But like it kept splashing in my face, and like to breathe in, because it also kind of pulls you down too, or at least that's what it was doing to me. So like choppy water getting pulled down and pulled out. I couldn't I couldn't suck in enough air to shout loud enough for anyone to hear me. I'd be like, "Ah!" and then I kept getting water in my face. So just the act of trying to get enough air to shout was like, oh, I might drown just doing this above water. This is terrifying. So I swam sideways and got out of it and then swam in and did not go very deep into the water while I was at the beach after that. That week I was at the beach, I think it was high school. It would have been like a spring break thing or something. With the church, of course. If I did a thing in high school, it was probably with the church. I've done snorkeling a couple of times. Being a bad swimmer doesn't help. That's fair. I imagine being a bad swimmer does not help. You ever been to the ocean? The water is unbelievably salty. I hadn't been to the ocean until I was like 12, and I got a mouthful of water and did not understand. Like, oh, you ever been in the ocean? Oh, okay. You should get in the ocean. Just watch out. Just get your feet wet. You're good. If you don't want to go off further than that, it's fine. Also, taste the water. It's incredibly salty. Just kidding. Don't taste the water. I think it's bad for you. But I've gotten a mouthful of salt water, and like, it is unbelievably salty. But yeah, get your feet in there. If you go like ankle, you're good. You do realize the nearest body of water is the North Sea. Look, get your feet in there. It's worth it. It'll just be very cold. It's currently winter. Well, don't do it now, but eventually. Next summer. 2023. Get those feet wet. I like swimming and bathing generally. I like swimming and bathing. Very separate things, but I guess both involve water. But you know what turns me off the ocean? Lion's mane jellyfish. That's fair. There's a lot of things that you could be like, I don't like this about the ocean, and I don't want to be in it. That's fair. That's very fair. Will this change in real time? Hang on. End goal. Manage goals. Start goal. Did it change? It did change. Okay, cool. And you got to see that this spot is reserved to tell you're a cool person. The Norwegian equivalent word to bathing can be used in relation to beaches and rivers and such. Oh, okay. All right. I thought you meant like basically a shower. It's like, yeah, both involve water. Sure. All right. Struggling, trying to keep the business above water. Literally, and yeah. Metaphorically. Like, we'll go bathing at the beach. Okay. So, bathing. You're not going to the beach with, like, shampoo and soap and just, like, going in the tide and being like, let me lather up. Like, you're going in and being like, haha, wakeboard, splash, walk on the beach. How is he running the business if there's no currency? We can put him somewhere else. I just really like this idea of a person. Wow, those sounds. Which sounds? Did I make those sounds? It's like I'm actually at the beach. Oh, my sounds. Yeah, it's very, very beachy sounds. Thank you, Deeps. All right. If there's no currency, then you just have to get trade. Like, you know, you've got... I mean, that would make... Actually, that's a really good idea. So, Patrick isn't from Downspout. Moved here to start business because it was the cheapest place to get property. Still trying to learn the trade economy of the area. Maybe that's why the business is struggling. Like, he's just a little bat. He don't know. Probably just like shiny things. It's like, that's not worth stuff to people. It's like, gotta understand the trade economy. I really like this idea. Well, I think we'll have to put Patrick somewhere else. Or I'll just make a book of like, oh, here's some random NPCs. And I'll basically just do what we're doing with all the other ones. And if they just don't fit in a place, just be like, here's an NPC that you can put. Patrick owns an inn. Where do you need an inn? Patrick owns it. Makes, like, I guess I'd have to change this. But, because not everywhere is bargain economy. Barter. All right, is 2:15 or 2:20, so I'm gonna stop now. I have a bunch of messages I have to check on Slack. I have to wrap a new present, and I don't know. I guess I just gotta go. But this has been fun. I'm glad we got Skith and Lina. It's a hard name to say. Glad we got that character down. I'm very excited. That was fun. Thanks, everybody. I had a good time. I hope you had a good time. Booyah is playing Mist Legacy? What the heck is Mist Legacy? Thank you, Pogson. I appreciate you being here. What is... Hang on. I have to look up what Mist Legacy is. Is it just... It's an MMO, so it has nothing to do with Myst, the adventure game. Maybe we should go to Mendari. I don't know where you want to go. I don't know what to do. I sneezed and coughed a lot, but that's not your fault. Overall, reasonably a good time. Yes. Glad it was overall a good time. I'm sorry you're sneezing and coughing. I hope that gets resolved. I don't know where to go. I don't like having... I had to choose things to buy people today. I don't want to have to choose where to go. Someone tell me where to raid or I'm just going to end the stream. I have enough pressure. I don't need this too. But before I go, let me share one more. Let me share one more habitat that I think is very funny. It involves shouting. Copy link. There we go. No, don't copy the Discord link. Doggone it. Copy link. The Twitter link. Yeah, there we go. There we go. That's why you're human with biology that can't be affected by viruses, I guess. All right, here we go.
Hurry up, we're gonna be late.
Coming.
Hurry up, we're gonna.
Just think that's really funny. Because it's a scarecrow.
Be late.
Coming.
Hurry up, we're gonna be late.
All right, bye everybody. Y'all are the best. It's so dumb. I love it. I know. I don't know. Casey's not here tonight, so I don't know if I'm streaming. That's one of the things I have to check on Slack because I haven't heard back yet. If there is going to be an escapist stream instead of Get Jesse the Greek tonight. So I guess I'll find out and I'll post in Discord if there is. And I guess Blake and I will do something tomorrow. I'm excited. Tonight is post CP stream day. It is because it's Wednesday. Oh, did he? I thought he said he wasn't going to be around. I'll double check with him. Camera shake. Yeah, I love it. All right. Y'all are the best. Thanks for coming. I'm leaving now. I hope to see you around. And if not, then I hope you really enjoy whatever it is you're doing.